Okay, so let's just keep this real, right? That dream that you had, maybe you couldn't see their face, maybe you could, but in the dream you sense the presence of this person. So whatever the deal is, you dreamt about this person, and it does feel like a soulmate kind of energy. So it's a sense, in the dream was a sense that is your soulmate. Now, I kind of feel like dreams like this have this peripheral sense to them, right? Because you can't always see the faces, but you know it's them. And those dreams that you have are what's really going on in another timeline. Do you understand? Okay. That dream that you had about your person, you and they are actually existing in another timeline. You're not existing in this present timeline. And when you and your person are existing in another timeline, when they go to sleep, they're dreaming about your reality. Their dreams are your current reality right here, right now. Okay? So I'm telling you, somehow, some way, if I'm getting through to you, your person is crossing through that portal. That person in that altered reality in your dream is coming into your reality here. They're about to show up very soon. Okay? All right? Look, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just the messenger. But this is what I'm picking up. Because they're not, this person is, in the dream, you wake up from that dream and you can't kind of shake off the fact that it felt so real. Like it actually happened? Okay, well, it's about to happen. So let's get into this reading. Smash the like button, do subscribe.
I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head.
All right. Wow, I don't even know that I want to get into this even more. I mean, come on. That's crazy. You and your person exist in another timeline, okay? In another dimension. And however you're existing over there, it may not make sense to you. Because it wouldn't. You're not there. You're not in that timeline. So when you're asleep, you're only getting little peeps and views. You're not getting the whole thing. And the story always changes every night, right? If you even do remember your dream. But you wake up in the morning, you're like, that felt so real. And you say to yourself, here in your reality, why do I feel so connected to this person? Even if they're not in my life right now. Maybe I haven't seen them in 25 years. Why do I feel that strong connection? Because you're existing together elsewhere. Oh, you were meant to come together here in this lifetime, in this timeline. But the way it's playing out, it's very different from the dream, from the other reality that's existing. But you know what? There's somebody's crossing over here. And they're going to be showing up showing up. That's all I can tell you. They're showing up. So you ever have just a dream? Like, let me just, before I get into this, right? Because this is fascinating. This is just it's fascinating. You ever have a dream of someone you've never met and you've never seen before, but you interact with them in your dream? Give me a yes if that's happened to you. I don't care about your nose. Give me a yes if that's happened to you. And then a year later or a couple months later or maybe next week, you bump into that person. You don't know them from Adam, but you're just like, man, I know I dreamt. Or you dream of a place that you've never been to and you've never seen, and then you show up further in the future at that place in reality. And you shrug it off as deja vu. Oh, it's deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. That's the timeline. The other timeline that has crossed over into yours. Sometimes that happens. The crossover happens in the portal. And your person at times is here in your life, and then when they're gone, they've gone into the alternate reality. So here they are. MIA. They've been MIA. Well, here they are. Either it's the same person or this is somebody new. This is soulmate. Crossing over. And there you are, Virgo. You're trying to make sense of this. I see you trying to make sense of this. Like, what in the actual F is going on here? What am I, in some kind of time warp? What's happening here? Is this real? I feel like I've been through this. Is this real? Have we met before? Why aren't you consistently in my life? Why are you a timeline hopper? Why are you a timeline hopper? Why are you jumping in and out of my life? In a time... You're like a bar hopper, but you're a timeline hopper. Yeah, well, they're showing up here. Oh, another, speaking of jumpers. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. Okay, there's a match here, that's for sure. Two queens. You know, I want to tell you something. It's just, this reading is just off the charts strange, but, you know, sometimes that happens. It is what it is. In the dream, some of you are experiencing conflict in the dream with your person, whoever they are, whether you know them or not. You're experiencing conflict with them and arguments. You had an argument in the dream, or there were some words like daggers flying back and forth. Some conflict, some struggle in the dream. There may have been some kind of a cheating dream, or were you with my best friend kind of dream. Yeah, there's a very fishy kind of energy. It's like a soap opera, that other timeline. It's just not, it's very surreal. That's why some people wake up with that nightmare. How could you have physical sensations from a dream, you know? Because you were getting glimpses of another place. It's just a parallel. It's a parallel shift. Okay, yeah, that's why. So if you're dreaming about a person, like their presence is there, but their face is not in the dream. And the dream is like an apparition, but it's real. It's real. And that, whoever that familiar subject is in the dream, that's you and them in another lifetime. You know them already. You've met before. You've been through many lifetimes together. Too many synchronicities. It's serendipitous. It's crazy. So there's been some, you know, some arguments in this dream, right? So yeah, they're coming back in here. They're crossing over. Coming through this portal. And there's going to be some communication. It's going to start through some type of communication. New communication, old communication, recommunication. Absolutely. So whoever you've been dreaming about, now that we're breaking free from this sidetrack, whoever you have been dreaming about, no matter what the context of the dream has been about, it's a soulmate, and they're coming in. They're showing up here. So you think back last night. Did you have a dream about someone? Did you wake up like, damn, I don't ever remember my dreams, but that one I remembered. Okay, well, it's happening. Let's see, when are they showing up? There's going to be this exciting message that you receive from this person. This person is really struggling. Like they can't let you go. Because it's like you just were meant to be together. Okay? These two tens, they're holding on by a thread. Hanging on by a thread. Coming back your way. In about 2 weeks, I'm getting. When is that? Oh. It's going to be like the first week of February. You're going to hear from them. 2 weeks. They're crossing over, coming in as a soulmate for sure, okay? It's a soulmate energy. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they look like for you. Maybe you don't even know. Maybe you can't see their face, and you just you feel the presence, the familiarity in the dream, but like an apparition. You can't see the face in the dream, okay? But they're coming in. They're going to be showing up very soon. Very soon is 2 weeks in this reading. I know for some of you, it's like everybody's got a different perspective on time. And it doesn't matter if you are, some of you might actually already be with this person, but you're not with them. Do you know what I mean? And you have a dream of them. Okay. I don't know why this is important. I don't know why. I don't know why the significance of this message has any significance at all for you, but for someone it does, and it's super, super important. You know, when I give these messages, I'm not attached to these things. I don't have these experiences. They're just things that come through to me, and I don't often, sometimes I do try to make sense of them, but I often wind up throwing my hands up in the air like, don't know, don't have any idea. I don't know why this is significant for someone here, but it's obviously, it must be, because I'm called to give the message. So I want to know where this energy is going. Is this person showing up and then crossing back into the other timeline? Is there ever going to be a pick a lane energy and we just move forward with this? What is this deal? Why is this happening? Why this, and I'm speaking for someone who's listening to this reading. Why do I keep having dreams of this person? Why is this happening continuously? And yet I keep maybe bumping into them and then not seeing them. What is the deal? Why are they existing? Right? Well, like I said, soulmate energy for sure. But a soulmate that hasn't manifested in a particular timeline. You know, there's a jumping of the timeline. I don't know if I'm saying it right, and that's why I keep repeating myself. And I feel like that you understand that. If anybody understands and can articulate this better in words, put it in the chat or in the comments, okay? And I just want you to understand that sometimes I get these messages and I have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about. It's true. I am not a connoisseur or an expert on Akashic Records or any of that stuff. You know, I'm just a simple little tarot reader here. That's all I am. And I get in these intuitive downloads and these messages and I give them, and I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. And maybe some of you who have more experience in this will know. I'm never going to pretend to be something that I'm not. I just do tarot card readings and I just get these messages and impressions. Help me, help you, help us make it make sense. So, where's this going? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I mean, if you're listening and you're not watching this video, you better open your damn eyes and look at the screen. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to hold this up here because some of you, I know you like to put the reading on and then you go to sleep listening to the reading and you don't look at the screen. You're just all ears. Well, you better look at the screen. I mean, if you want me to do a podcast, let me know and I'll just do audio podcasts, but you miss out on all this beautiful glory. This is a meant to be divine connection that has just not fully manifested. And you're popping in and out of each other's dreams because you're living in two different timelines, two different stories, two different realities, two different worlds. And that's where it's heading. I mean, this is even some twin flame energy. that just hasn't fully manifested. Who do we have on the table? We have an air sign. You have a fire sign. You've got a Cancer. Yeah, no, this is everlasting. You two are going to come together in this lifetime. I'm telling you. There's a little glitch in the matrix happening right now where you're seeing each other in these dreams, and there's, I just don't know what to say. It's like you go to sleep and then you wake up in the morning and you're like, did I just get a glimpse? It's like watching a Netflix series of my life with another person that really doesn't exist in reality. And you're trusting your intuition. Your intuition knows. Let me tell you something, okay? Trust your intuition on this. Don't worry about the whole crazy thinking thing. If someone is saying to you, oh no, it's a psychological thing about your dreams. It's just your dreams are just manifestations of wishes in your heart, and they're just trying to materialize, and they can't materialize, so they come out in your dreams. Like, sure. Okay, whatever. Somebody going to give you some kind of DSM garbage. It's a timeline. Yeah. You're getting a sneak peek into you and your soulmate in another existence. And that argument that you had in that dream, well, that's just everyday shit, isn't it? It's just an everyday argument. Well, not about infidelity, but you know what I mean? That's not every day, but there's something happened here. Anyway, the point of the reading is that they're coming out of this. They're coming in. They're coming in reality, in real life, in your waking day. They're showing up. Now, for some, it's not a big deal. For others, it's like, damn, yeah, I knew they were heading this way. I knew we were meant to be together. I knew there was something. Could never put my finger on the pulse in terms of like what the heck is going on. But this is what's going on. And when you see them in reality, you're going to remember this reading. And maybe I'm sure you're going to remember that dream you had, but you're going to remember this reading. And when you see them, that's your person. That's that connection. That's the highest connection, the lovers. Reincarnated. I just don't even feel like I want to just disrupt this reading with zodiac signs. I don't want to disrupt this reading with initials because I use the word disrupt because I feel like it will disrupt it, because this is powerful. This is enigmatic. This is bigger than just the everyday. Your person left the toilet seat up or the toothpaste cap off or whatever. This is huge. This is bigger. This is more profound. I will give you a charm though, because I feel like the charm is important. Oh, they're giving you a unicorn. Okay, and for me, that's exactly what I was talking about in this reading. This is your unicorn. Your non-existent person in your dream is showing up here in reality. Unicorns do not exist in reality. Neither do our dreams, but somebody's crossing over. So, are you going to see a unicorn in real life? This is kind of like, oh, I'm seeing aliens right now and UFOs. I mean, things are happening. We're reaching a climax in humanity. And all the things that were non-existent, that were living in fantasy, we're coming out of the age of Pisces, which means our illusions and our fantasies are becoming real in humanity. We're going into the age of Aquarius. Your dreams and illusions, I believe that people in the age of Aquarius will no longer have dreams because all of our timelines will be coming together. There will be no need for dreams and illusions like the Pisces and the fantasies. We will be using 100% of our brains in the age of Aquarius. And we will not have these dreams anymore and these fantasies. We will be living among them in reality. It will be reality. Y'all, I think I'm just doing way too, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I've tapped into something that even for me, it feels overwhelming. Even for me, that feels overwhelming. But I like it. And I know this is short. And I know that it's not your typical reading. And every once in a while, we have to go, every once in a while, Kelly has to break out of the routine and stretch it a little bit, because stretch over a little overreach into something where it really comes through. If I don't do that, we don't have a channel. That's the only way I stay alive here. I'm not your typical Virgo. I am on the cusp of Leo. And I do have a lot of Sagittarius and Scorpio. So I have to overreach into this other place sometimes to keep this going. I just can't, once in a while, we'll just keep it real, everyday stuff. But every once in a while, something comes in. So if you don't understand, instead of me just keep repeating it, if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, I'm going to just ask that once the reading is over, you come back later and re-listen to it. And re-listen to it maybe in a more quiet, contemplative place or space. And see if you can connect. Because some of you I know you're connecting. You're like full on. You're in the chat. I bet. I'm hoping. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going to cut it off there. Okay, we're just going to leave it there. Listen, if you want a personal reading with me, right, there's two things. You can go in the description box below. You can go to my booking site, okay? I have a new booking site, very limited phone call reading availability, okay? The other thing you can do is, I'm live during the day. I don't know if you noticed that, but I've been doing live streams during the day. If you want a tarot reading, pop into the live stream. Pop in on your lunch break. Pop in on your way home before you leave. Get her. I pull a couple cards or a card or two for you, right? They're paid, of course, because girls got to eat. But yeah, if you can't afford to book with me and get a reading, a phone call reading, just pop into the live stream. I'm trying to live stream like 4 to 5 hours a day during the day. I may even put some on later at night. I'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for hyping the video. Thank you for liking the video. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to go over to my other channel, Moon Pie Tarot. I'm uploading collective readings on there. So that's a bonus. That's for all the signs, collective, okay? All right, you guys. Love you. See ya. Bye.
I've been stuck on memory, but it's not like